Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to episode 44 of the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Preston Pugh, and I'm joined by my two very best friends, Garrett Drake.
That'd be me.
And Jacob Alka.
Hello.
Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Preston, I'm doing phenomenal. It's good to see your face. Jacob, it's good to see yours. I had
Thanks.
some T-Bell. Actually, you had some T-Bell, too.
I did.
I feared you weren't going to have some.
T-Bell. I shouldn't have.
Did you feel a little bloated afterwards?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, put this into perspective for our friends from the community this evening. Why was it a mistake?
Today was Easter.
Uh-huh. Happy Easter to everyone, by the way.
Happy Easter. I had a family dinner at about 5. I arrived at your place at around 8. Well, I didn't eat at 5. I probably ate around 6.
Oh, this is making it even worse now.
Yeah.
Why did you eat at Taco Bell?
Well, you see, Jacob, I have a problem. And it's Taco Bell.
Good.
It's okay. This is what we're here for.
Yeah, thank you. It's like when I see Taco Bell, it's like I have to have the Taco Bell as well.
I understand.
So I even knew this was going to happen too. I walked into the Taco Bell. I tried to not look at the food. I went and sat at my table, whipped out my phone to not think about it. But the second you sat next to me, I was
With
like,
food in hand.
Food in hand, I couldn't take it anymore. So I pretty much had 2 dinners tonight. Now, the thing that might make it a little bit better is I didn't have lunch today. So I just had 2 dinners.
Yeah,
That's
there
all right.
you go.
Yeah,
you had to
that's
make
all
up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Do you know how hard it
So-
was for me not to eat anything?
Probably
I just sat there for
You have
like 20
way-
minutes with no food.
Yeah. You
With
have-
those fumes coming up
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yep.
Garrett's food's over here is like... I'm like, oh my God.
It was good
this
too.
is so great.
It was very good fresh Taco Bell.
It was, man.
You have way higher self-control than myself, that's for sure. Especially if it was anywhere else, I probably could have
Held off.
I could have held off for sure.
But it's Taco Bell.
But it's that Taco Bell.
I
man.
understand. Every
Gets
time
me
I
every
pass a
time.
Taco Bell, it's just like a small part of me that's like,
Yeah.
what a place.
Ooh.
And speaking of this specific Taco Bell, I mean, there's been various cases where we've talked about this gentleman. I told him once in the drive-thru he's a living legend. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah.
This guy that works at this Taco Bell, just every time we go through, he gives us free stuff, and I don't know why, and I don't know how he gets away with it. Simply put, we've kind of thought maybe just their management doesn't care, but he always gives us free stuff. For example, we went through the drive-thru a week or 2 ago, and when we were paying for our food, he's like, "Hey, you guys want some free cinnamon twist?" I was like, yeah, there was like 3 of us in the car. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I thought he was going to bring us one little thing of cinnamon twist. Brought us 3 bags of cinnamon twist. I'm like, wow, thank you. And then tonight, this is pretty funny. I told him what I wanted for food, and I was like, I'll take a small drink with that. He whips out the medium. He's like, on the house. I was like, thanks. I was like, dude, our guy's here. He gave me a free drink, and then tell him what happened when you went up
Well,
there.
I walked up there, and it was another person, and I said, I'll take a small drink as well. And she said, your food might take a little bit of time, so here, whips out a large drink and gives it to me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So she's even nicer
Right.
than the living legend.
You know what's funny? Like with these drinks, like it doesn't even matter because you can fill up your cup as many times as you
Right, that's
want.
why I always get a small, because you can
Yeah.
fill it up as many times as
I just
you
think
want.
it's funny how they're like, oh, hey, medium. There you go.
Yeah.
It's
You
like-
have to take less trips to the drink
Well,
fountain.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
you
it's a big
notice,
deal if you're like a drive-through.
Every time I get a large cup, which I don't typically order, but if somebody gives me a large cup, I fill it up like a quarter of the way.
Right.
Because it makes me feel better that I'm not drinking.
Because like
as
a
much
large is
sugar.
like half of a 2 liter, it
Yeah.
seems like. It's
I
a lot of
feel
soda.
disgusting
It is a
drinking
lot.
all of that. That's way too much.
What's
soda.
crazy to think is that I used to get a large every time I went to Taco Bell.
Same here.
That's crazy.
I can't drink a lot of soda now. I just know how bad it is and how much sugar it is, and it's just kind of disgusting when you think about it.
I might have 1 soda a week, if that,
Yeah,
these
really?
days.
I don't drink
Because
Yeah.
I have one like once a day.
Yeah, I mean, I love
That's my
soda,
weakness.
but
Yeah.
I think it's just because it isn't very accessible to me. Because if I'm not like out, I mean, even when I'm working, I don't drink a lot of soda. But like at my house, we don't have soda. So if I do get it, it'll be like at a restaurant or something. But,
Right. My mother's a vegan dietitian, so there's like nothing even relatively close to a soda in my house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely have to like go looking for one if I want one. But gentlemen, have you been playing any video games this week?
I have actually.
All right.
I have been playing Automatron Fallout 4 DLC.
Okay.
Ooh.
First DLC for Fallout 4, and I gotta say I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Upon the reveal, I was like, man, I guess robots are cool, but robots have always been, in any video game, my least favorite enemy to fight.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can build your own customized robots from top to bottom, I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And turns out, I know I want to hear your thoughts on it as well. So there's actually a little short story and a few missions to do. I'm like halfway through, I believe now. But we had the season's pass, so we had already previously paid for it, which is cool. But the fact that it's only $10 to people who don't have the season's pass, I think is cool because I think there's enough content there to feel like you get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Glad that had a lid on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wouldn't be the first time I spilled my drink on the podcast.
Especially if you're like in the middle of Fallout, you're not like really towards the end because you can take your companions and things from this DLC and just do anything in the game with. So this would be definitely something really cool to like kind of deter from the main storyline. Well, that's pretty much the entire game is deterring from the main storyline, but just something else to do to kind of like get some cool robot companions to follow you around and go tackle the rest of the game with.
Right, because this game needs more companions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your own customized companions.
Yeah. But you can customize very little with the ones that are there, and that's fine. But this one, you can like literally make just obscene looking robots and stuff. So
I found myself just ultimately really enjoying being back in Fallout 4 because I hadn't played it in a good while, and jumping into this DLC, I was like, man, I forgot how much I really enjoy this game. Yeah. Especially because we had anticipated it for 7 years, and we played all the way through it. We're like, wow, that was great. And then I took a break from it. Now I'm back and really enjoying it. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, still waiting on the next DLC and mostly for Far Harbor. But ultimately, I'm waiting for that survival mode to get his revamp update because I'm really excited to make a new character and explore the world on a way harder difficulty with a lot more at stake. I think will be fun. So
yeah. Well, I wasn't really looking forward to Automatron because I kind of thought it was just going to be like make your own robot. So I knew there was going to be some missions, but there's actually more than I thought there was going to be. And like the story was okay. I like how there's different endings and stuff, and pretty sure I got the good ending. So I was satisfied with how it all ended up. I'm not really sure what the next DLC is going to be like, the Wasteland Arena thing. I don't know if it's going to be kind of like that where you just make an arena or if there's going to be a little story or whatever. You know, I have the Seasons Pass, so I'll download it and see what's up, but I'm not really that interested in that one. But I definitely am interested in Far Harbor, especially with them saying it's the biggest landmass they've ever created. And I think that's even including Dragonborn from Skyrim and the Shivering Isles expansion from Oblivion.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited because that's going to be pretty massive.
For sure.
So definitely pumped for that.
And I'm pretty sure it's like a Nick Valentine case too.
Yeah,
so that's even more.
That's
exciting.
awesome.
Because he was my favorite character from the game.
I need to carry him around with me more. I typically stuck to Piper and Dogmeat. I really like Piper. She's really cool.
She is
my
cool.
two were Piper and Valentine.
Yeah. I need to carry like I'm like have them on my back. I need to roll with a lot more companions. I did with
Deacon.
Yes, I like Deacon a lot. I actually got his perk.
Who was Deacon? Was he
what is his perk?
The ghoul or not ghoul?
Hancock's the ghoul.
Oh,
Deacon's the one from the railroad.
Okay.
The synth.
Oh yeah, that guy was cool.
Yeah, he is cool. I like how they'll just like randomly change.
Deacon's a synth?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea Deacon's a synth.
Oh. I don't know if that's really a spoiler.
Every time you bump your drink.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. I'm gonna keep it right here in front of me instead.
Yeah, Deacon is a synth for sure. I'm trying to think of the perk he gives you. It is handy. I know all the companion perks are very handy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure McGrady, I think he's like a guy you can hire who used to be with the Gunners. He has like a very good perk where you can get like really insane headshots with VATS.
Interesting.
So I definitely would like to build my relationship with him for sure. But yeah, like you said, I really enjoyed hopping back into Fallout for sure. Taking on some new stuff. It was fun.
Absolutely.
So, are you interested in this, or do you even have the season pass?
No.
So are you probably gonna skip?
We had a Let's Play go up. Is it going up before this or after?
No, it'll be out later this week for sure. Though.
Well, in the Let's Play, I talk about that. At first, I probably wasn't really excited about it. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Fallout 4. But after watching him play it, I mean, the story looks pretty decent. I mean, and the robot customization is pretty like diverse for what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like putting up little few scrap parts that you find out and just building some like generic robots, but there's some diversity in there.
Once you beat it, I think you unlock every single piece.
Really? That's cool.
And it's like cool, you can really make. I've seen on YouTube some like really crazy things.
And do you know how many of those things you can make? Is there a limit?
I don't know. I think if you make them, they actually count towards like people at your sanctuary and stuff. So I think you can make quite a few.
Okay. Well, cool. Regardless, I mean, I don't know if I'll play it. Maybe when Far Harbor comes out, I'll get all of it together. Yeah. And I'll play through all of it. Yeah. So that's probably when I'll do it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I've been playing a lot of The Division, which based on our last podcast, I'm liking it more. The more I kind of get into it, I'm liking it. Kind of the end game. I've been logging on every day, doing the daily missions.
Yeah. I want to start doing that. I've been out of town the last few weekends, so I haven't put in as much time as I'd like to.
Yeah, there's my incentive right now is just to get to higher levels of the Dark Zone, because I think me or you tried to go into Dark Zone 3 and we're just getting destroyed by like level 31s and 32s.
How much? Do you know how much damage you're doing now?
I'm doing 100 right now, 100,000.
Holy crap!
I need to be.
I think I'm at like 60,000.
Yeah, I need to be up at around like 120, I think, to be good up there.
I've seen people at like 200K.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure I need to be around 120, but I know as of now I have a goal to where I need to get Phoenix credits, which you get from doing daily missions and stuff.
Have you gotten enough to buy anything?
I bought a high capacity magazine, high end, the schematics, which I heard you need to get that, and you need to get a vector, and you'll be good to go. Yeah. So
without that magazine, the vector has like no ammo.
Yeah. I'm more than halfway to the vector, so just in a few days I should be good. And I started a new character just cause I don't know, I was really in the mood to make a new character. So
I don't know if I can grind another character. My gosh,
there's a trophy. There's a few trophies that are actually glitched. Like the one that we tried to get, where I finally got it, and I died twice in the mission where I got it. There's a trophy where you complete a mission without any of you, nobody going down or dying.
That's hilarious.
And we did we
did
6
it 3
missions,
times,
and none of us died. And he got the trophy
the
first time. I never had it. I joined a random game with random people, and I died twice, and the trophy popped for me.
Wow.
So it's glitched. There's another one where you have to add like 10 skill mods to your skills or something.
What's that?
When you push square and you can do a mod on a skill.
Yeah.
You just have to select 10 of them. And I have every single...
Select and unselect?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, different ones.
That's it?
That's it.
For one piece of gear, doesn't matter?
For let's say you have the sticky bomb and there's 3 mods. Yeah. You just got to select one mod, select the other mod, select the other mod. That's 3 right there. You have to do that 10 times.
What?
I've done it, and everybody's done it a million times, and the trophy's not popping, so it's glitched.
Oh.
So I heard...
So no one's platinumed it?
No, people are getting it. Like, I looked at a guide, and that's what people are doing, and the trophy's popping, but then everybody in the comments like, oh, it's glitched for me and stuff. Okay. So a lot of people were saying, oh, start another character and get, like, a few things. So that's what kind of another reason is just to get a trophy.
Interesting.
But I'm having fun with it. I downloaded the Bloodborne DLC finally, or it's already been downloaded, but I purchased it. That game's really hard. I forgot how hard that game was. The first boss in this DLC is ridiculous. Getting to him, you have to beat the second or third boss just to get in there.
Vicar Amelia.
Yeah, and that was like...
I remember I had so much trouble with that boss. It took me like days to beat her.
Yeah.
I don't know why I struggled. That was the hardest boss for me in that game.
Yeah. Well, starting the game again, I was right at Father Gaston, I think, and I beat him my first try.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you were telling me about
I'm impressed. Like, I'm surprised I actually beat him. Like, when he turns into the werewolf, that was like the hardest thing.
Aggressive.
Yeah. So
it's terrifying thinking about that again.
So I beat him. I went to Vicar Amelia, whatever her name is, and I beat her like on my 6th or 7th try. Everything was like clicking. I was remembering her patterns. I was remembering to bring like numbing mist to block her from healing again. Got that taken care of. Went into the DLC, getting absolutely wrecked.
Because you were under level?
No, I'm fine. I'm leveled. I was looking it up online, and I'm leveled. I'm just not very good right now. Okay. I mean, I platinumed Bloodborne, which is like probably my biggest gaming achievement since I platinumed World at War, which was probably on equal level of hardness. But I just need to get back in the rhythm because hardness. But the first boss of this DLC is just kicking my butt, immensely. So I just got to get good, man.
You'll have to keep me up.
Good.
Yeah, for sure.
You getting excited for that Dark Souls 3?
Yes.
Oh, me too.
But that's another reason why I got the DLC to get prepared for that.
I feel you.
But Dark Souls 3, and we were talking about Quantum Break a little bit. Pretty excited for that. It's coming out next week. Definitely going to wait for the reviews, though. I really liked Alan Wake, though, on my 360. That was a great game. I'm pretty sure I 1000'd that and the DLC. So I was like really into that. So I'm definitely excited to see what Remedy has got going on with Quantum Break.
Absolutely.
So
speaking about sorry.
No, it's fine.
This is just a small thought. I've been watching a lot of Dark Souls 3 like early access live streams and stuff on Twitch, and the game looks so fun.
It does,
and it looks pretty challenging too.
I've heard that this is potentially the hardest one for sure.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm like, gosh, you got to carry that shield around. Well, you don't have to have the shield, but
you can two-hand weapons like on the fly and stuff, and whip your shield out, which is a thing with Demon Souls and Dark Souls. But yeah, it's I heard an interview from the guy that made Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and Bloodborne, and Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
He didn't have any involvement in Dark Souls 2. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But he said this one isn't as long as Dark Souls 2, but it's way more in depth. Like it's more technical than Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
I saw several bosses, and it's pretty diverse, and it just looks really fun.
Yeah,
I'm like really psyched for it.
Me too. I'm pumped.
It's probably what I'm looking forward to most this first half of the year.
Uncharted
Totally.
4 for me.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about Uncharted 4.
May 10th, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's very
that
exciting.
trailer before Batman versus Superman.
It was amazing. I'm
Have you
so
seen the
pumped.
new trailer? It's not like gameplay; it's just a CG trailer.
So they played it before the movie.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was really cool.
I just turned to Garrett. I was just like, oh man,
We made it.
I can't wait for this game.
Mm-hmm.
This game's gonna change my life.
So close too.
I know. I was telling him we should have had it already. If it would have stuck to his initial release date, then it was next month. Now it's 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't wait for that game.
Yep.
I'm just so happy to know it's gold.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but
It is done.
It is done. Thank goodness.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You want to jump into some gaming news this week?
Let's
Gaming.
Let's jump
Some
on
gaming news.
Yeah.
Gaming news.
Obviously, this is pretty much confirmed, or maybe it's not. Who knows at this point that it could or could not be fake. Could or could not. May or may not be fake. The leaked image of the potential NX controller.
It is
this is for
100%
sure
fake.
Excellent,
It is 100%
because it
fake.
looks pretty ridiculous.
The guy did a great job of photoshopping it.
Oh yeah, no
he
doubt.
released a video showing exactly how he did it and everything. And
See, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that he just came clean. He was like, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm glad because he could have kept that going. But yeah, that thing looks god awful.
It does.
Yeah,
It
I'm
does.
so happy that's fake.
It makes sense though, because like Nintendo's always like, we want to be innovative. We're gonna do
Yeah.
something new.
If you
like
want
the new 3DS.
Yeah.
if you want to kill your console, make a controller with no buttons and make a touchscreen buttons. Are you freaking kidding me?
It's
to
bad
play,
enough
like, a
trying to play on an iPhone.
Yeah, like having an
Right.
iPhone as a controller for
that'd be
PlayStation.
We should have had
awful.
joysticks.
Oh my
I mean,
Yeah.
Still,
joysticks
holy
on
crap.
touchscreens are the absolute worst.
I don't know what, because they had a patent for that, which is where the guy got the idea. So I don't even know what they were thinking when they filed that patent. They're probably just filing anything ever just so they have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully they're just Nintendo at this point. We've talked about this numerous times, but they can't jump on this gimmick crap. Like they just have to make a solid Nintendo console that will get people to sell. And if not, they're done. And like I've said jokingly, but I'm kind of serious too, I kind of hope they just end up going third party.
I'd love
so I
that.
can finally play Zelda on my PlayStation and just be happy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I mean, imagine we've talked about this, and it's not even me who said this. I think I heard Michael Pachter, who's like a really big gaming economist guy or whatever. I don't know if it was him or not, but he said if Nintendo went third party, like they would sell so many copies. Can you imagine having Mario on Xbox and PlayStation? How many people would buy that?
Yeah.
That would sell like crazy.
Yep.
So I don't know how that would like sustain that company as a whole or whatever. I don't know anything about that, but as just a consumer, I would love that.
It would be awesome.
So, and if that's not the case, and if the NX finally they reveal it like later this year at E3 or something, and it's just a solid console and it's powerful, like on par, or maybe even stronger than like the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 or something like that, I'm all over it. Yeah. I'll totally hop in and do that.
Totally.
So, especially if it could potentially be their last console. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo, how do you guys feel about Nintendo ending the production of the Wii U by the end of the year?
I think they came out and said that wasn't true.
That's not?
No, it's not true.
Man, everything's rumors with Nintendo. They just need to come out and give us some flat answers for once.
Yeah, they came out pretty soon and said that wasn't true, but I'm surprised it hasn't happened because I think the last time I checked it was like at 14 million or 13, 12, between 12 and 14. I don't know. That thing's not selling well, and it's way too expensive.
I don't know. I mean, just try and sell them as best you can.
Yeah.
There's no reason to stop.
Maybe there'll come a day where
I
we
don't know.
finally buy one instead of talking about it all the time like we do.
I have Twilight Princess pre-ordered.
Maybe that's what everyone else
play
is doing, just talking about buying them and not
Right.
buying them because there's no real incentive to.
Yep.
No, there really isn't. If it, like, I mean, besides us, if you kind of wanted a Wii U, you've already have one by now. The only reason, if there were more games, I would probably have bought one already, but I just want to play Wind Waker or Twilight Princess HD, and it's not confirmed or anything, but I think the industry as a whole is like 99% sure that the next Zelda is going to be on NX, so that now there really isn't a big reason to buy the Wii U.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know if I'd have an Xbox One if it wasn't for, like, if I didn't buy that first over the PS4.
Yeah.
I'm just not really interested in my Xbox anymore.
Yeah.
So.
like I said, I like playing my Xbox. I got the DLC for Tomb Raider I need to finish, and I'm excited to play Quantum Break because I do like pulling out the Xbox every now and then just to kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of feels a little different.
It's my Netflix machine.
No,
your Xbox?
Yeah, it's literally all I use.
Nice.
I use Netflix.
It's
on
pretty expensive
PlayStation
Netflix
too.
machine you got there.
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
Maybe I'll get some Quantum Break use out of it.
Yeah,
I hope so.
might.
I really hope that game does
Yeah.
well.
I'm moderately interested in it. I'm definitely going to play it, so
yeah,
should be good, hopefully. Speaking of rumors, by the way, I mean, while we're on the topic of rumors, Preston and I briefly talked about it on our last podcast, but Jacob, I wanted to get your thoughts on the potential of a PS4K console. What's your thoughts?
I've heard these rumors.
Yes,
and I guess I'm kind of against it. I don't know why you'd alienate your player base that they were there day one to buy your PS4. If like I guess it's okay if they release this and the games are the same, but with like minor graphical improvements for the 4K version. But I just feel like if they start releasing games only on the new PS4, then there's gonna be huge problems.
No doubt at all.
And if games are starting to run much better on this PS4 than the other one, like to the point where there's problems on the old PS4, I think that's a huge problem.
Yeah, that would be. I feel like ultimately we've all agreed that'd be a bad move.
Yeah,
for sure.
I want that.
Yeah.
I'd totally be fine with upgrading and getting a better experience.
For those that can afford
agree.
it, it's easy to say. But
I agree, but I think we should wait a little longer. The system's only been out for what, 3 years?
Yeah,
4
going
years?
on 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think this console cycle, like I said last week, is definitely going to be shorter than the other one. But I essentially said the same thing. If they do this, I think they'll be doing it primarily for VR, just to give it some more power to be able to run those games. And like I said, I'd be fine if Uncharted 4 comes out and they're like, if you have the new PlayStation 4, it's running at 60 frames, and if you have the old PlayStation 4, it's running at a solid 30 frames. There might could be those two things, but I don't know how hard that is on the developers or whatever.
Right.
But
and I highly doubt
just
it's
have to see.
4K. Like that's a lot for a console.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know the technicalities of everything.
Right, yeah,
but that
I don't
just
know how to
sounds
make a
like that would be
console,
pretty
but-
expensive, and not a lot of people even have displays that can do 4K
Yeah,
either.
I'm
That's
pretty
not
sure like to
very
make a
common
4K
thing.
PC, that's a lot of money. So
Yeah, and let alone having a monitor that can do
Right.
that. Not like I said, not a lot of people that I don't even know the percentage of people that have a PlayStation 4 that even have a 4K television.
right,
Like
I
those
definitely
aren't
don't.
those aren't very common right now. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely interested to see. 'Cause Sony has not declined these, and there's been numerous people saying that they have them. So not like consumers, but like developers and stuff for confirming that. So I don't know. Maybe this E3 we'll see something.
This fall, I'd
definitely
rather focus on potentially getting a PSVR instead of worrying about another PS4. Especially since I just got the gold one, so I kind of want to cherish it for a little while.
Yeah, you can put it.
Because if
in
I
its
get a new
case.
PS4 already, like I already opened the gold one, so
And that's a lot of money because we've already pre-ordered our PSVR, so we drop $500, then they come out the same month or something. They're like, oh, and if you're for the better experience, another PlayStation 4. So, oh gosh. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that's an excellent segue, though, Jacob. Speaking of VR, because Preston and I also had the chance to talk about the VR announcement, and, like the price point, and everything that's included with it, and everything. I was going to gather your thoughts on that as well.
I think it's a good price.
You think so?
I mean, I think it will end up being cheaper than was it both of them? If you already have a PS4, it's much cheaper than both of them, obviously. But even like the PS4 and the PlayStation VR combined, it's only $800 or
that's cheaper.
$750.
That's the price of like the Vive with everything.
Right.
together.
Right.
Yeah. So
let alone
it's a
having
great
Vive
deal.
or Oculus having to buy a PC.
Right. And then you can buy the camera. What is it? $50?
On Amazon, I think you get like $40 or $50.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I enjoy PlayStation, and I mean, if I were going to do VR, I'd want it to be on PlayStation because that's my preferred gaming platform. And I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I'm excited, just to see more demos, I guess. And then, I'm probably going to pre-order it. I just want to see a little more first and see because we haven't really seen a whole lot from it. We've only just heard people talking about it, and we've seen some videos, but we haven't really. I want to go somewhere and actually experience this for myself.
Totally.
Yeah. I've heard enough people that have played VR a lot say that it's definitely it's not as powerful as Vive or Oculus, but I've heard numerous people saying that if they had to buy one, they would buy this one because it's cheaper, and I've heard it actually feels way more comfortable than the other ones and stuff. So it's not as powerful and stuff, but and that kind of has me worried a little bit because I don't know how big AAA games, if they're even going to make them for VR, how they're going to do with this limited power. Because as far as I heard, I don't think we're going to be getting like a patch playing GTA 5 in VR,
right.
which was like my dreams when I first heard of the PlayStation VR, but I just don't think it's powerful enough. So I'm definitely interested to see like what this thing can actually do, and I'm excited enough just for the experiences I've heard, just to like, even in the cinematic mode, like watching a movie or something, that's enough.
That's
for
what
me.
I'm most excited about is the cinematic mode. I want to I don't even want to worry about my TV. I just want to put this thing on and play Dark Souls 3 or whatever.
Right.
Just have this right here in my face with my freaking headphones on.
Yeah.
I just want to get lost in this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's enough of a purchase for me. And just hearing maybe, I forgot where I heard it from, but Sony bought like a freaking stadium to play concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was in a blog post or something. Like, what if, you can, on like a live event app or on PlayStation, you can like watch concerts from this place in the VR helmet and stuff. I'm thinking about applications like that even outside of games that have me excited, like watching sports and stuff.
Totally.
Like, can you imagine being the 50-yard line with a 360 camera, just sitting there with your headphones on,
awesome.
Like watching football. It's freaking awesome.
It is.
So yeah, like you, I mean, I already pulled the gun and I have one.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to play, and I'm very excited to like experience things like this. But I'm also very I wouldn't say worried, but I am kind of like skeptical about like how extreme these games can get, or if they're gonna be like demo experiences, if you know what I mean. But kind of just like little mini game things. But I don't know. Hopefully, I'll be proved wrong for sure.
Absolutely.
Have you pre-ordered one?
Yes. Speaking of that, Preston had a valiant act while I was working last week. Preston had the week off, and he was prepared on the front lines of battle for the pre-order of the PlayStation VR, and he successfully pre-ordered his own and my own from Best Buy, correct?
Yeah, Amazon was done in the second it hit 10, I was pushing F5 or I think it was F5.
It's kind of like my experiences buying Star Wars tickets.
Yeah. That was amazing that you pulled that off as well. It's an experience I'll never forget for sure.
Well, the PSVR by itself goes on pre-order this Tuesday without like the camera and the PlayStation Moves for $399.99.
Right.
So
I might just do that
to get a hold of those. Yeah.
I can just buy the camera whenever I want. So
yeah. Which you do need the camera for this thing to work.
Right.
You don't need the controllers.
Moves.
No. Which, I've heard those aren't as accurate as the other devices because they're kind of old. Yeah. I think they're still PlayStation 3 tech.
I'm surprised they didn't make new ones for the VR.
I feel like they will. Like maybe like E3 they'll announce some new ones or something. I don't know.
I mean, I remember using those things. They're very accurate. Granted, I haven't played with them in 2 years, but I remember them being a far superior Wii remote.
Right, yeah. I've always read that and heard that they've been much better than the Wii. So
Yep. So
right.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited for VR.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'm intrigued, but I want to know even more.
Yeah.
Certainly. Big transition here into Battleborn the MOBA. Some news was released about the beta here. For any of our friends from the community that are even moderately interested in Battleborn, the only reason it kind of has my interest is because it's from the developers of Borderlands.
Right.
Here's some details. Gearbox, the studio behind Borderlands, has been hard at work at their upcoming MOBA shooter. Next month, you can get your hands on the Battleborn open beta. The beta will begin on April 8th for PS4 users and on April 13th for PC and Xbox One. All platforms will wrap up the beta on April 18th. So, I'll be honest, I'm going to totally try to play this beta for sure because I've yet to play a MOBA. They haven't really grabbed me yet, but the only reason I'm interested in this one is because Borderlands Gearbox developed it, and I love Borderlands 1 and 2. I hope to see a third one eventually from them for sure, especially on next gen, but I feel like this will be the first one where I'm actually interested in trying a MOBA for myself and really getting a taste for it, and then decide if I'm even into these games at all. But the only thing I've read prior to this was that supposedly rumor floating around that Battleborn was having a lot of issues. I don't even know if it's from a technical standpoint. I think it was mostly just development in general. It was having a lot of issues. And as far as marketing goes too, because everyone's kind of confused, like even though it has MOBA attached to the description of the game.
Crisis.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how it does.
I mean, I know it's a MOBA, but I still don't really know what it is.
Exactly.
I've heard there's single player.
I kind of know a little bit about the story.
Okay. This game isn't going to sell well.
Oh, no doubt. That's why I at the very least want to play the beta and get a feel for myself and then judge it based on that.
I'm sure it's going to be great because they have a great pedigree. Borderlands 1 and 2 pre-sequel were good. I don't know if they did the pre-sequel, but 1 and 2 were great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a good game. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I think a lot of people are really confused about it, and the marketing is just very confusing. Like that when they were at PSX and they were like showing new characters and stuff, I was like, that's really cool. Like penguins in a mech suit, awesome. But like, what is this though? Like I'm so confused. I mean, I barely even know what a MOBA is. I mean, I know like lanes.
It stands for Mobile Operational Basketball Association.
Exactly.
So you killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I know about MOBAs.
I know people are playing Paragon on PS4 on my friends list right now, and I've heard that's really cool.
It looks interesting.
I've watched some gameplay of it. It looks okay.
Right.
I'd rather play one of these games.
Looks so confusing to me. Like I'm so dumb when it comes to like stuff like that.
Yeah, you and me both. I was going to say to any of our friends joining us on the podcast this evening, wherever you might be in this world currently, if you have any and all experience with MOBAs, please let us know in the comments below because I'm genuinely interested to kind of gain someone else's perspective on this for sure. For sure. Give your honest opinion, if you think it's even worth our time to try out one of these MOBAs, by all means let us know, because as of right now we're kind of on the fence, haven't really played them ourselves, but I'm genuinely interested in trying it.
Remember?
I am. I definitely want to play Overwatch based on the gameplay I've seen.
Yeah,
that's not MOBA.
Kinda.
No, it's not. It's like a Team Fortress 2 type of shooter.
Well, this game's kind of is the same way as Overwatch. These games are very similar. And like they're going to be competing against each other in May.
I thought Overwatch was just like a straight up like hero not like MOBA based, but like
I mean it has like qualities of a MOBA. Like you're using one character at a time, and you can upgrade.
Well, is Team Fortress 2 like a MOBA then?
Not really. I mean,
okay.
Time will tell.
I think that's just more of a competitive shooter with like stuff. Yeah, whereas a MOBA is like it is I guess that would be a competitive shooter, but it's way more based on like.
I'm just saying like these games are kind of similar.
I can see like in terms of
they're
going to
be competing against each other.
Yeah, to somebody that I guess wouldn't know like what they are. To like somebody that's doesn't know what they are. It just looks like two like kind of wacky first person shooters. I guess you could say that. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of shooters, Preston, you kind of had some Call of Duty rumors you brought up to me earlier. Why don't you share those with us?
Yeah, I was on Facebook. I don't know why.
It's a dark, nasty place.
Seeing the stuff trending, and a lot of people were talking about potential of the Call of Duty 2016, which is all I've heard from it. Is what like I don't think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's not what it's called. But
you said you heard another rumor. It might be called Bloodlines.
Yeah,
which I think would be an awesome title if that is.
That was
like
a very reliable dude apparently. But yeah, this one might come with backwards compatible versions of COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, and I'm assuming that's referring to Xbox One because PlayStation, doesn't have that implemented unless it's on like PS Now or something, which I highly doubt anybody wants to play a online first person shooter over PS Now.
Yeah,
that sounds just ridiculous. So that had me interested. People are definitely jumping the gun. I was just reading random posts on Facebook, and they're like, "Dude, finally, COD 4 on PS4." And I was like, "Did you even read the article? Like, it says nothing about that."
Yeah.
But even if that were the case, I would probably, I don't know if I would buy the game on Xbox One just for that. But if it's backwards compatible, and I can just hop on Call of Duty 4 on my Xbox One and play online and stuff.
That sounds great to me.
Sounds amazing.
Especially if it's exactly the way it was, just maybe up-resed a little bit. Even if it wasn't even changed at all, I would still like playing it, like jumping back into Team Tactical again. It'd be awesome.
If they could just like make a port for PS4, I would just that's all I would play. And I feel like that's why they're not going to do that. It's because it would completely like diminish excitement for the brand new Call of Duty because people are constantly just like thinking of the good old days. Like, I love Modern Warfare 2. That was the best one. I love Call of Duty 4. That one was so freaking awesome. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to play those again and just not even care about this new game that they've put like how many millions into, and they've been working on it for the past 3 years. So
they're either going to make a new game or they're going to remaster the old ones. Those are the options.
Yeah. But then I feel like if you just, I don't know, it's just so confusing because if you just spend a whole year remastering old ones, then that's just like an entire year without a new COD. Then I could see the criticism being like, oh, well, there's no new COD this year. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. And I feel like they can just kind of get around that by just being like, okay, these are backwards compatible on Xbox One. Boom, easy, we're done. And that's all they do.
Right.
Yeah. So, and if that's the case, cool, because then I can just go, I'm pretty sure just go buy a disc copy of Call of Duty 4, because I have no idea where mine is, for like $5, pop it in there, download it from the server or wherever you get it from. I haven't even tried that yet. And then have Call of Duty 4 and play it.
It'd be awesome.
So that would be freaking awesome.
I actually have that game. You can have it.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
You still have it in your possession?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah. You played it like way late. Did you beat the campaign of that game?
No, that's all I played was the campaign.
Call of Duty 4?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I didn't have Xbox Live back in the day.
Okay,
so.
man, you missed the boat on that one for sure.
Much.
That was a great campaign.
Missed all the Call of Duty and Halo.
So good.
Good times.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think that's probably what's just going to happen. They're going to make it backwards compatible. Yeah. If I think that's kind of grasping if you think they're going to release both of those games on PS4
right
for like early before the next game comes. I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope they surprise me because I would love that, but just from a business aspect, I can't see them doing that.
Right.
So
only time will tell. We'll see.
Well, unless you can only get Call of Duty 4 by buying, like they were saying, the new one. Because then it would make you buy the new one.
Right.
So I might see that more. So I don't know. We'll see.
It'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah.
That unfortunately it was a very slow news week. That's all I could really gather upon multiple websites. All of it came from nerdmuch.com as usual this evening.
Well, see you.
Yep. Goodbye, everyone. But one other thing I was going to add to as far as what we've been playing, I briefly, I played. I'm going to be honest. I may or may not keep playing The Division. I keep saying like, I'm probably not going to, but I might not just because every time I play, I'm already way far behind you guys because I've been so busy. And then on top of that, every time I play it, I'm just kind of like, ugh. It's like, it's not bad at all. Like, it's cool. Yeah. The gameplay is smooth. It's fun to shoot at people, but something about it, I just don't want to keep playing it. I just find myself just really bored.
I'll tell you what, the game is so much funner when you play it with other people.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I had a ton of fun playing with you guys in the beta, but even looking forward to that, I was like, man, even if I make it at level 30 and we play in the Dark Zone together, even then I'm kind of like, what's the point? Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not hating on the game at all. Don't mistake me for that, because I think, who developed this again? Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've
Massive under Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Right.
Ubisoft published.
Right, that's what I mean. I feel like they did a phenomenal job with the game. It's awesome, but for some reason I just want to keep playing it. And the reason why I state that is because like I'm gonna just play something random that I haven't played in a while. So I threw in Metal Gear Solid 5. I played a side mission where it's like extract the high value target. It was pretty fun. I was like, oh, that was pretty fun. I remember how good this gameplay was, and I like sneaking around with D-Dog and everything. I was like, oh, nice, and it felt like I had never left. I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. And then I can't remember what happened, but I stopped playing that. And I threw in... Praise the Lord, this has a lid on it. But in addition to that, I played Mega Man Legacy Collection, which I picked up recently. I played the first one I played against, I think it was Iceman in Mega Man 1. And played through that level. And I was like, oh, that was fun. But like, for some reason it gave me a headache because all the loud noises and the flashing and everything, and I was in a dark room, and I was like, it kind of gave me a headache, so I stopped playing that for a little bit, and then I jumped into Automatron. I didn't want to play too far into it, obviously, because I wanted to do the Let's Play with Jacob, but I think I'm going to finish that, and I may or may not play some Bloodborne leading up to Dark Souls, just kind of get the feel for it again. And just hearing you talk about Bloodborne kind of made me want to experience that again.
I want to play Bloodborne now.
We could co-op again to take out that first boss.
Yeah, just maybe. That'd be nice.
Remember our Bloodborne videos?
I do. I enjoyed those.
Those were fun.
I'm excited to do some Dark Souls 3's video. Some Dark Souls 3's videos
depending on
with
how that works, because that was a trip trying to figuring out how to...
I don't understand why they do it like that.
I kind
of like it because it makes it even more difficult and frustrating. That's what I like about those games, is that they are shamelessly difficult.
Yeah.
And for like, they're just hard, and you just have to accept that's the way it is, which I like. Because few games nowadays, especially AAA games, are just brutally difficult for the sake of being difficult. I mean, most games kind of help you along your way, but this game just throws you in and just eats you alive.
There's this one part on the way to the boss. There's like this long corridor, and I was like about to go through the fog wall, and I heard behind me.
This sounds terrifying already.
So I turned the camera, and there's this old woman with like a hump on her back, just like running at me.
Oh no!
And I was like, oh! Like I was and she grabbed me and like flipped me over and started like eating my face.
No
and it
way!
Just scared the crap out of me because she came out of nowhere, dude. I turned the camera, and she's just like running down the hallway.
That sounds terrifying, dude.
Yeah. You know what terrified
me? I died. So I was just like, it was Bloodborne.
Holy crap.
The most terrifying things in the regular game were those freaking brain creatures.
The big bug creatures?
Yes, and they frenzied you?
Yeah.
God, I hated those.
Those were terrifying.
I just sprinted past them.
I do a lot of sprinting
in
this game, for sure. There is a game I've started playing that I got like 2 weeks ago, but I hadn't started really playing it until this past week, I think. I got the Sly collection on Vita.
Hey.
Right.
I was very disappointed to find out that Sly 1 and 2 come on the card, and Sly 3 has to be downloaded. But on the back it's like voucher inside for Sly 3. I was like, oh yeah, because of this used copy I bought, it's gonna have a voucher for Sly 3. Of course, no voucher, no way to just directly download it from the disc. So essentially, I just have Sly 1 and 2.
Bummer.
Started Sly 1. Great game. Felt very old, and I just had a lot of nostalgia for it. I was like, this is good, but like, let me see how Sly 2 is. Oh,
I love Sly 2. That's my favorite.
So much better than the first one. It is so good, dude. I got to chapter 2. I beat the first one. It takes place in Paris, where you fight that Dimitri the iguana. And the second level, you're fighting that tiger. And I vaguely remember just randomly dancing with Carmelita Fox. And that's like, I just did that mission, and I was just like, oh man, I remember this game. It's so fun.
Man, I love those games.
Yeah, I'm very excited about continuing that, and it plays so well on Vita, dude. It is just, it's optimized super well. It looks great. It plays awesome. And hopefully there's a way I can just download Sly 3, like just pay a little bit extra and download it. Or maybe I just have to download the entire collection again. That's probably what's going to be the case. But then I know Sly 4 is also on the Vita, and I never finished that. So I'm like excited that when we start traveling again, that's definitely going to be my game of choice. That, and I'm also like really close to beating Shovel Knight as well. I haven't played that in a little bit.
I haven't played that in a while either, man.
Yeah, I got pretty far in that game. Like, it's great. But yeah, Sly Cooper's awesome. I would love to see. I know they're doing like the animated movie, so hopefully
I forgot about that.
Hopefully, like they're doing with Ratchet and Clank, they kind of like pump out like a sick like PlayStation 4 Sly Cooper when that movie comes out.
Awesome.
That'd be so cool. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for me too. Not a whole lot going on. Just mostly excited for Dark Souls, Ratchet and Clank, and Uncharted in May. So
absolutely,
just waiting out all the goodies.
Like I said, next week we got Quantum Break coming out. So
totally,
kind of just waiting for that.
Is it? Yeah, it is next week. Okay. Yeah,
I'll
I'll just be grinding on that Division till Quantum Break, I guess.
Yeah,
guess so.
I guess me as well. Between that and Bloodborne. Yeah, it's been episode 44 of the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast, the show where my two best friends and I get together every single week to discuss video games. Obviously. If you liked the show, give us a like, subscribe, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And now
iTunes. I completely forgot about that.
I forgot to address that at the beginning.
We are on iTunes. I think we talked about it last week, but we are officially on there now.
We are.
Make sure you subscribe. Give us a cool review if you like us. Preferably 5 stars if you really dig us.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful. I'm kind of like, I either do 1 or 5 stars.
Right.
So.
Oh, you're one
There's
of those
no
people?
in between.
Yeah, there is no in between. If I like something and I'm going to go out of my way to rank it, I just give it 5 stars.
It's funny, like anything you see on iTunes, it's either 5 or 1.
But rank us how you would see fit. And I'm sure the links are always in the description to all our social media, are correct?
They are.
Absolutely. And let us know what you thought about any of the topics down below in the comment section.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure speaking with you this evening.
As always, Preston.
And I look forward to next week as well.
You and me both.
Thank you for hosting.
There's no problem.
Yeah, you did a great job.
That's what I live for this.
Amen.
That's what I do.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.